Hi again. We're back, and what we wanted to talk about this week was pleasure and pain. We've been watching a program called The Pleasure Trap, and the psychologist is explaining how there's a part of our brain that rewards us to go toward things that bring us pleasure, make us feel good. And that same part of the brain is very consciously monitoring everything in our lives to make sure we avoid things that are painful and that we don't like.
True.
And all of this is held in a context of being really efficient about what we do. So there's these three elements: pleasure, pain, and efficiency. And we've been noticing how much that plays a role in our lives. It seems like my desire to have a certain food at a certain time is my decision. I want this food. And as I step back and look at the role that this, you could almost call it like a software program or an app, how much I'm drawn to things that I think are going to make me feel good, and really aware of those things that I think are going to make me feel bad, and how my decisions are made to steer toward what feels good and away from what feels bad.
True.
As efficiently as I can do it.
Yeah, I know the efficiency piece very well.
Yeah, so we've just been watching that in relationship to our food, our choices around food, and our choices around most everything in our lives. And it's been interesting to see how much of the thinking that comes into my mind seems to be generated along the lines of this pleasure, pain, efficiency triad, as opposed to really following those nudges that I get that seem to be, well, sometimes I would say they seem to like come out of the blue instead of coming out of this kind of linear, logical, this will feel good, this will feel bad, and how can we get it most efficiently?
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. So what we thought we'd invite you to look at this week is how much of your day-to-day activity and decisions are coming from looking for how can I get something to feel better, or how can I avoid something that I think will be bad, and being real efficient about it. And how much of it is kind of following that nudge, that little out of the blue thought of what would just be wonderful, that doesn't have kind of a right, wrong, good, bad quality about it. It's just like, oh, wouldn't this be wonderful? Kind of like watching a child in a sandbox.
Yeah, that's true.
Just playing.
Well, the main thing is when you notice you're moving toward pleasure away from pain, or what was the third
efficiency.
one? Oh, efficiency. Just stop and settle, relax. Let your mind get quiet, because in that quiet mind space, those nudges are much more apparent. And we're functioning when we follow those nudges from more of who we really are. And that's a gift. It's so good. So play in it and experience it more this week just through increasing your awareness.
Yeah, we've often talked on these blogs about who are we really? We've asked that question. And as Connie and I explore this, we see that who we really are seems to be that space that is experiencing all of this. And I've so often identified with these desires, these drives, these goals that seem to be coming out of that pleasure, pain, efficiency component of my life, which is very valuable. We're not putting it down. That's how we navigate the world quite well. But if we're aware that that's not actually who we really are, and that who we really are is that intelligence that brings these things out of left field, brings these things out of the blue for us to really enhance our lives. These things that come out of the blue, out of left field, they always seem to come with such a settledness, such a stability about them. Whereas the things with the pleasure and the pain, that often comes with drama.
That can be amped up for
that
sure.
That can be amped up, yeah. So play with it this week. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, notice how it affects the choices you make with food. Because when we let all of that fall away, our busy mind thinking about pleasure, pain, efficiency, we settle. And from there, we make better choices with our food. Explore it. Don't believe me. See what you learn.
Yeah, great. Food?
Recipe today. The recipe, what are we going to do? The lima beans?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah, we made lima beans, kind of a heightened, I think, recipe of the best of what lima beans provide. So enjoy making it. They're so hearty and creamy and delicious.
Yeah, we had it for lunch today. It was delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks everybody. Bye for now.